Millennials are often viewed as entitled, narcissistic, tech-savvy, and lazy by the older generations. But many millennials, like college senior Andreina Diaz, are fighting these stereotypes daily.
I work full-time and I also go to school full-time, whether it's at night or online. I also volunteer on the weekends. I try to go every Saturday at the animal shelter. And on the weekends, I also fulfill my photography hobby. And even with all that on my plate, I still got accepted into the honors college. And during the weekdays, I try my best to meet with my motorcycle family.
Dr. Miranda Kitterlin, professor of hospitality and tourism at Florida International University, explains why millennials are often called Generation Lazy and what is wrong with this stereotype.
So, why are millennials considered lazy by other generations? This may not necessarily be an accurate assumption by other generations. We do see that millennials tend to bleed the lines between work and play. So for example, at work, they may be more apt to update their Facebook, go on Twitter, do other things that are not necessarily work related. But when they leave work, they still will do work activities such as answer emails from their cell phones, etc. So lazy is not really accurate because what you end up having is this person who has a 24/7 work week.
Last year, in a survey conducted by YouGov, 59% of Americans said millennials are lazier than older generations, while 70% of the population also agreed that millennials work less hard than Gen X and baby boomers.
It's harder for millennials to find jobs because everybody looks down on us. They consider us the lazy generation, the party generation, and not all of us are like that. So it'd be nice to be set apart from all that.
However, the older generation stands strong behind the thought that millennials are the laziest of all.
I have a hard time understanding this generation's craziness about taking selfies.
All millennials are lazy. You guys don't get up and face-to-face with people as much as you should, and you can't handle rejection, and you give up too quickly.
Well, I'm glad I'm not one.
Esperanza Pineda, a baby boomer and grandmother of Andreina, talks about how there was no margin to be lazy when she grew up.
Antes no, teníamos que trabajar para sostener el hogar de nosotros, mientras que ahora los muchachos, los padres los sostienen, no les importa trabajar o no.
Andreina started working at 17 and hasn't stopped ever since.
I started working full-time when I was 17, turning 18 at FIU. It wasn't because I wanted to, it's because I had to. The only working people in the family of 4 are my sister and I, and that's because my grandma is very old, she's 75, and my mom is disabled, so she's not able to work.
Every generation has always stereotyped the one that comes after. However, despite culture beliefs about millennials, as we've seen today, stereotypes are often just that and don't represent reality. For Rain News, I'm Alexandra Lopez.